We met every morning at the same train station in New York. This is another real story shared by one of you. She told me she wanted her story to sound exactly the way it felt. Ordinary, quiet, and honest. She was 31 years old and living in Queens, New York. Every weekday morning, she took the same subway line to work. The same platform, the same train, at almost the same time. Her life followed a routine she never questioned. She first noticed him in early February, standing a few feet away, always holding a coffee, always reading a book. They never spoke, but after weeks of seeing each other, he felt familiar, like part of her morning. One morning, the train was delayed. People were annoyed, checking their phones, sighing, and he looked at her and smiled. Just a small smile, nothing more, but it stayed with her the entire day. A few days later he spoke, asked if the train was always this unreliable. She laughed and said yes. That was their first conversation. Short, simple, beyond, but real. After that, they talked often. About work, about the city, about how exhausting New York can be, and how beautiful it feels at the same time. They learned each other's schedules, and waited for each other without admitting it. One Friday, he asked if she wanted to grab breakfast after work. They went to a small diner near her office, sat in a booth, shared pancakes, and talked for hours. They started dating quietly. No announcement, no big moment, just time. They met after work, walked through Central Park, watched street performers, shared late-night pizza. Weekends were slow. Brunch in Brooklyn, walking across the Williamsburg bridges, sitting on rooftops, talking about dreams they were not sure they would follow. She said being with him felt grounding. He did not try to impress her. He did not rush. He listened, and that mattered more than anything. After almost a year together, he told her he wanted to move back to Chicago, to be closer to family, to start over, and he asked her to come. She thought about it for weeks, about leaving the city she built herself in it, about changing her life, about whether love should require that much sacrifice. In the end, she chose to stay, not because she loved him less, but because she finally loved herself enough to know what she wanted. They ended things gently, sitting on a bench in Central Park, watching people pass by, holding hands one last time. She said walking away was painful, but staying would have meant losing herself, and that scared her more. For months, she avoided the train platform, took different routes, different times, until one day she returned, and stood there alone, feeling stronger than before. She said, "Love does not always mean choosing the same future. Sometimes it means respecting different paths." Today she still lives in New York, still takes the train, still believes in love, but she no longer abandons herself for it. When she shared her story with me, she said this: "The right person will not ask you to disappear. If you are listening and facing a choice between love and yourself, please remember, choosing yourself is also an act of love." This was a real story shared by one of you, with real places, real moments, and real courage. If you want your story to be told, with your city, your routine, your memories, you are welcome to share it. I am Lucy, and this is Unsaid Love.